Alright guys, did the mic mess up? I think the mic messed up. Okay, here we go. Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about two things. That the face cams are not going to be in the video. I finally got a camera, that's what's up. And two is my life in, the world right now, and peace for the world, because it's hurting, I can't believe that some people would do this, do these awful things to us humans, alright? So let me put the topic down is that Diddy and Leonardo DiCaprio joining Diddy on these bad, dark things, Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anything. I've gotten in 2 car accidents, and yeah, I'm not saying that I'm perfect either. Nobody's perfect at all, but Jesus is king, and he says that anyone who's doing wrongdoings, he does not care for your feelings. He just wants you to stop sinning, stop doing those things that that hurt people. Nobody wants to have that done. No, and that's also a lot of reasons why there's not a lot of men or women that's mainly women, but that are pure and that haven't done it. And that I just feel so bad, because that's probably why a lot of women are not good options. That's why a lot of men are also not good options either. And I want to blame it's the men's fault, because I've never seen it where it's been a woman's fault unless a man has been doing it before. So let's get right into it, guys, and I hope you're staying safe out there. And second disclaimer again, that only adults watch this video, no kids involved, please. This is only for the adults. Let's advocate for peace in the world and stop hurting each other. Okay, well, welcome back, guys. So, yes, so we're going to talk about the one that's Mormon sexual abuse. Yes, or abuse. So, look, there's recordings. Let's just get down there. So I want to do it real quickly, and then we can show the next one. So, look, this person named Haley from Idaho and Paul listened to a woman whose voice inquiring told her about a story. When there was a child and her father, And it started in March 2017. Whose right was offered by some symptoms of a 30-year-old one, Chesil Goodrich, spoke. And now look, Salt Lake, where else? I was trying to think of the one, because I tried to do this video again. And it says they had meetings and spiritual confessions of Chesil's father shortly before John and Goodrich was charged of hurting her child. That's that guy's child that he did it to. So and he was a bishop. Bishop Michael, who was accompanied by Riot to meeting, had her the spiritual confession. This makes me mad, guys. This pisses me off, because why are we hurting each other like this? Why are we doing this to each other? I just want to have a conversation with those who do that. Why? What leads you to this point? What leads you to do that? There's obviously something wrong. There's also something wrong with them not knowing what peace is, and knowing that you can take time off your day to help someone else for a little bit, and then come do this, and then come play video games. Now I do see that if you have a crazy woman, crazy wife, that she just needs rehab, that she needs some sort of way to get rid of it. And I'm not perfect. There's also addiction out there, when people take too many drugs, or But let's get on to the next one, which is this one. Netflix. I did some research, and look up. So Netflix has got a show now talking about it. Let's just hear a 30-second clip.
It was at a sleepover, and at 2 a.m. something special came on.
And I'm like, 2 women can do that?
An 8-person geriatric.
Yeah, so that's it. Netflix has got a documentary talking about it. That's good. Netflix should talk about it. I just don't know, dude. And then it's RedTube. It's so bad. It needs to be talked about. Alright, and the next one is the Diddy, and you wouldn't have thought. Leonardo DiCaprio joins Diddy in these dirty, nasty ring-offs, man. Oh my god. This is bad. So yeah, let's get right to the video and watch it. I also, I used to watch Leonardo DiCaprio's movies because I thought they were wholesome, good movies. But you're telling me they're not? That's crazy. I forever now hate these people. I hate them. I wish them to go to hell. Because,
who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So, Leonardo DiCaprio's finally speaking out after some wild footage dropped, showing he might have been involved in Diddy's infamous freak-offs. And y'all know this is huge because Leo never talks about rumors. He's always been low-key about his private life. But now, it looks like he's feeling the heat, just like all the other celebs who were regulars at Diddy's parties. Word on the street is Leo might have been up to some shady stuff at those freak-offs, and some sources are even comparing this to the Usher situation, where Leo went from being a victim to possibly a perpetrator. For a minute now, there's been talk that Leo was a target for Hollywood predators when he was young, including that former Nickelodeon coach and convicted offender, Brian Peck.
Like I said, guys, that's another thing that and remember, look, this is another thing that I don't say either, is I just hear about it, I've never really asked anyone or nothing. I just see it on YouTube, and YouTube makes a talk about it, or someone's talking about it, same thing with the Diddy thing. I heard it from person to person. It was just talks, people have been talking about it, just listening, and it's bad, guys. Why do these people come to this point, This makes me hate Leonardo DiCaprio movies. Why wouldn't he just come out about it? Why wouldn't he talk to someone about it, that's the thing that's also really bad, is that Diddy tried to start it, with his music career. That's the thing that's really bad about it. And that's why actually a lot of the U.S., a lot of people in the U.S. are not dateable. So yeah, I just advocate for peace. Let's actually look up an image, because images. No, I didn't look it up right. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Anyways, I don't understand why we don't just advocate for what this image is. Why can't we just advocate for peace? Why do we have to hurt each other? It's physically how criminals, right? They just physically don't understand peace. If someone's just not as physically intelligent or mentally intelligent in the mind, don't they understand that person doesn't know any better? Or also, that's another thing, is that criminals also physically don't understand the learnings of what peace is. You can help someone. Let's take Mr. Beast as another example as well. That Mr. Beast could go do something for this, and then he could come back and do this, and help people, And that's something that I used to like about Mr. Beast. But I don't like what he's doing now and what's going on now with Mr. Beast. I feel like he's just needs to give up on it and do something that's not shows, as game shows. You know what I mean? But I do feel like a lot of the times he doesn't help them to make the shows. You know what I mean? That's why it's even doing game shows are really tough. You just have to have a certain amount of people there, 30. You can't have 300 people there. That shit doesn't work. That crap doesn't work. There's always going to be problems when you do that. All I'm saying is Jesus is king, and just stay safe out there. You don't know what's out there, You don't know who will start some sort of dirty criminal ring, That just makes me sad. So yeah, I hope you guys like the video, subscribe. I hope that all these YouTubers come out and watch my video and actually talk about it and do a review, and you know what I mean? The LDS Church, guys, we literally had the LDS Church. One person in the LDS Church was abusing people. I'm glad they caught him. I'm glad they arrested him. I'm glad they arrested all of these people. This is insane. It's just like the Nickelodeon thing. I used to watch Nickelodeon as a kid. And I didn't know that they were doing that. I'm not the people behind the screen doing all the actions, and I just can't jump through the screen and see that. But again, in order to hope you guys stay safe out there. I advocate for peace, and I hope that these YouTubers see that, like Asmongold, Brett Cooper, and all these Christian YouTubers, and yeah. And if there's another one where they caught him, we're going to talk about it, because we advocate for a peaceful fight against those who they're sinners. They just don't listen.